If we're talking Boondocks fights, then we gotta talk about Granddad versus Stinkmeaner. This fight was rough because it didn't even have to happen. Granddad was just getting some new shoes. My man even had a dance for the new shoes he got. And then in comes Stinkmeaner, straight up Dominic Toretto, driving the whip while he's blind, mind you. And he proceeds to back into Dorothy repeatedly. Watching Stinkmeaner tear apart Granddad's car always crushes me inside, because the worst car accident I've ever been in was one I wasn't even in. I will never forget. It was my mom's car. I was getting off of work. Used to work at Macy's Women's Shoes. Holla at me. 09 to 2011, baby. And I get outside and I see the car and I see the bumper of the car on the ground. And I'm looking around. I was looking around for Ashton Kutcher. I'm like, yo, come out. Come out, because this ain't me. I know this ain't me. That shit was a hit and run, but watching a dude do a hit and stay is crazy work. And then Stinkmeaner gets out like he ain't do nothing wrong, and him and Granddad are about to have a moment together. Granddad's like, yo, you hit my car. Are you blind? He's like, yeah, I am. Granddad's like, oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're blind? You're doing this shit blind? And Granddad is just like, yo, at least, you better have insurance. And Stinkmeaner gets in his face like, you better have insurance. Ass whooping insurance. And he's telling Granddad that he's about to pay a deductible. And this is where you find yourself in the worst kind of moment, because you got a dude that's blind, but he is talking that cass shit to Granddad right now. Calling Granddad about 8 types of bitches out his name. And he's spitting when he talks on Granddad too. Like there's only so much you can take. And then Stinkmeaner says, hold up. I smell new shoes. And you see the idea come across his face as he smiles, then raises his foot and steps on Granddad's new white shoes. He gots to go. That's the only option. And Granddad looks at Huey, and Riley's in the back like, yo, and he's spitting on you when he talking. Yo, hit him, Granddad, hit him. And we see Granddad wind up for a wide hit. He reaches back to the ancestors to hit this man, and he takes a swing at Stinkmeaner, but Stinkmeaner somehow saw it coming as he dodges out the way of Granddad's hit. Granddad goes down on the ground. Stinkmeaner winds up and comes down with his cane and hits Granddad right on the shin, and Granddad's like, oh God, not the shit. Oh Lord, I'm done. And he's out. Now that shit looks like a shit hit to me, but to Granddad's defense, he says it was his knee, his bad knee at that. The funniest part to me is Riley in the back like, oh no, Granddad, get up. He's blind. Oh, he seems to get hit in the knee like, yo, what happened? And Stinkmeaner's going in for another hit, but you see Huey come in and block it like, yo, this is done. Now Granddad got to deal with Riley making fun of him to make matters worse. And then Robert sees himself being made fun of on TV. Yo, they got this shit on local news. They got this shit on CNN. Like, yo, they are doing this man dirty. Robert can't live with this, so he goes back to see Stinkmeaner to schedule a rematch in 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Huey tells him about the dream he had where Stinkmeaner was like a blind samurai. Dude was just nasty with it. To show a demonstration of that, he shows an old kung fu flick of a blind samurai to Granddad, letting him know what he's up against, what he believes that Granddad is up against. So now Granddad's got to train, but he's got the best trainer, Huey. We then see Granddad out there getting it, working on his form with Huey. Huey got him running and doing dashes between trees to get his footwork right. Granddad in the back doing I guess muscle ups. This shit is wild. Got him doing sit-ups with his legs tied to the tree. Like, yo, say what you want, but the fact that Granddad is doing this at his age, because he's gotta be over 70. Huey got this dude out here kicking trees. I'm like, damn, that was a good hit. He was like, what was that? What was that? Was that an exhibition? Nah, I need emotional content, yo, again. And Granddad kicks that shit again, and they're all like, damn. But that shit hurt. The fact that his leg didn't break. I am impressed. Now it's time for the rematch, which Riley managed to sell tickets to. And Huey is telling his granddad, hey, the only way to really win is not to fight at all, but Granddad ain't hearing that, and Stinkmeaner's there, Granddad's there, and they step out with their canes like they're dueling swordsmen. Stinkmeaner's still talking that cash shit like, oh, you scared? Yeah, I can smell you scared. I can smell the bitch on you. Yeah, that's grade A bitch I smell. And Granddad was concentrated because Stinkmeaner's talking cash shit to him, but he is not fazed. My man steps in with a high guard on the sword, and Stinkmeaner steps back, and Huey then starts to realize something. He then realizes by Stinkmeaner's movements around the ring and how he's wildly swinging, oh shit, this dude ain't no blind swordsman. He got lucky. He dodged a punch from Granddad because Granddad's foot hit his walking cane. He ain't a trained swordsman. He ain't got super hearing. He's just a regular blind dude. Huey tries to stop Granddad, but Granddad got that humiliation on repeat in his head like a highlight reel. Robert steps into Stinkmeaner. Stinkmeaner takes a swing at him. Robert dodges that shit. Stinkmeaner takes another swing at him. He catches the fucking cane, wraps it around his arm, and just gives Stinkmeaner a mean uppercut. Stinkmeaner gets back up, and Robert gives him a cane to the side. Hits him on top of the head, kicks him in the shin, then another across the face, a 4-piece. Granddad is going upside this man's head. Stinkmeaner is backing up, takes an uppercut to the face, up into the fucking stomach. My man bends over in pain. Robert knees him in the face like Sagat from Street Fighter 2. You hear Stinkmeaner go, ah! I'm gonna keep coming anyway. Robert gave this man the Shelton Benjamin super kick. That shit was so mean and so clean. Stinkmeaner still standing. I'll give him resilience. His hate had him just taking all this punishment. But we see Granddad wind up back to the ancestors again for a straight right, and it just crushes Stinkmeaner. Sends that man to the ground. He is down. And you can hear the crowd that was like feasting for blood then realize, ooh, this is taking a turn. And somebody's like, oh, come on. Oh, wait a minute now. A nurse has to come over, take the pulse, and say, ooh, he's done. And then Riley from out the crowd shouting, dang, Granddad, you didn't have to kill him. Luckily, the fight was licensed by the State Boxing Commission, which was a last-minute effort by Tom and Huey, so Granddad was off the hook for killing Stinkmeaner, but it still had him shook up about it, as we know in the end, as they visit his old parking space, lay some flowers down, and pray, saying, yo, Lord, forgive us for taking this man's life. Riley's like, whoa, what you mean, us? My thing is, all right, he's blind, but yo, you talking cash shit, and you saying you want the ones, you stepping into the fight. Hey, so I don't really blame Granddad on this one. Plus, we know this isn't the last time that we see Stinkmeaner versus Granddad.